Yo, 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 yo. You know what time it is. It's the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast, NFL coverage week.
15th.
Chunk
Free hands.
three hands on that thing. As tradition, he's Mr. KC from the 8-1, and I'm that dude with the beard. We coming at you with the boldest predictions this week. Of course, we got a bold seven for you. Folk in advance here, if y'all know the last time you watched, been a little sick, still fighting it off. Bear with us, but we gonna make it through. Mr. KC, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. Having fun, exciting times out here in the sunshine state.
Hmm,
Enjoying life.
I know that's right. Can't complain about that. Folks, I'm gonna take a little sip here. Not sponsored by Coca Cola, not yet anyway. Well, we'll work on that. Uh, just why can't we beat the Bagels?
The bang.
Because we just can't. But you should be happy, man. Your Bills are doing good though, so we'll talk about that in a moment, young Jess. Uh, Folks, tomorrow is Thursday. We got the what is it? The 15th annual now Jeff Bezos
Mhm.
Bowl coming at us live. The Amazon Prime game of the week, and boy, oh boy, could this one be a doozy? We got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Geno. All I know is the ball hard Seattle Seahawks. And Mr. KC, we've been high on both teams. I just want to hear who you got going into this one.
This is a tough one because you can't really judge the last matchups or nothing like that because it's a brand new quarterback. And he looks kind of hot. But this could be one of those prisoners of the moments kind of thing. And I think I'm going to lean with the 49ers. And I just think they've got a more balanced team, and Seattle's kind of fallen off. So I'm going 49ers.
You know, I honestly can't be mad at that. Um, Simple fact that the boy is looking good. Was Mr. Purdy? Well, he
Mm.
out here looking good, man. I mean, he's getting it done. Um, could this be though the game that Geno's like, hey, I'm still here. We're going to the playoffs. I don't know. My spirit is to everything in my soul is saying 49ers, but my head is telling me to pick Seattle. I'm gonna go with Seattle for this one. I'm gonna ride with the boy Gino because I'm doing what my boy Mr. KC usually does and goes with the quarterback pick. Granted, like I
Mm.
said, Purdy's been balling, but dude, Gino's been doing it all year, and it's just hard for me to go against that right now. I see all the the fans they got the Niners too. I'm gonna roll along with this one, but I'm gonna go with the Hawks on this one, man. I think DK Metcalf has a big game, and Seattle pulls this one out, man. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a terrific game, though. This is one that I'm actually really looking forward to watching here because the 49ers are legit, dude. I always say they're
Yeah,
the Chiefs in the NFC. So, I mean, they're legit. So, we're not going to talk too much about it because I could keep going. Uh, Kicking off our Saturday slate here. First time saying that. I have 10 away teams this week. Oh, we're going to
oof,
see, Raymond. Hey, look,
it could
we're
happen.
going to see. It could happen. Hey, Misty. Hello, hello. Thank you,
Shout
thank
out.
you. Thank you, thank you. Always love it when you come through. Yeah, I told you Brady trash. He was trash one week, and he'll still be in the playoffs.
I
Um,
told him
you know, like,
we
and I'm
try.
telling everybody, and he'll still be in the playoffs. And I got a gentleman's bet for anybody who wants to take it. I like Grape Arizona. You can send me one. You can FedEx it. If I know you personally, I'll come pick it up. And if not, I have $1 for you. Put $1 on it then, if that's how y'all feel about it. Our Saturday game here, we got December 17th, the first one kicking us off, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Minnesota Kings of the North, the Vikings. They had a bad showing last week, but I just think this it was against a team that someone was heavily in love with that might have helped them roll into that game with a little extra gum. But this week, there's no doubt in my mind the Kings of the North are winning this game. I'm going with the Vikings all day. Mr. KC, who you got, the Colts or the Vikings?
Oh, this is a pretty good game for the Vikings to kind of get a bounce back. They needed that easy win to really kind of get back into King of the North kind of conversation.
Hmm.
You can't keep losing games and claiming kingdoms. You know what I mean? So I'm going to lean with a bounce back game. It'll probably be closer than anyone expects for no reason. But I wouldn't mind picking them Vikings money line, making a couple dollars, whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, he's not going to Super Bowl. All you gotta do is put a dollar on it, Jesse. That's all you gotta do. Tell me you
yeah,
got the dollar on it.
yeah. If you got a dollar on
If
Brady
you got,
not
just
making
tell
the
me you.
Super Bowl, that's
I
pretty
would
good
say
odds.
not make it right. If you got a dollar on it, let's put it on there. Money talks. Next game we got here, the 3:30 Saturday game. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'm not sure if Lamar is playing in this game, but I almost think it doesn't matter because they still got enough to beat Cleveland. Because I mean, it's Cleveland. So I mean, unless Deshaun Watson has his official welcome back to the NFL game and he balls out of control, I really can't see them beating the Ravens. And this is the first road team I'm going with so far. So Raymond, hopefully this is one of yours too. I'm going Baltimore. Mr. KC, who you got going into this one?
Oh, this is an interesting game because if it was Lamar, this would be a super easy pick.
Right, I'd be at
But
100% instead of at the 85 I'm at. But I'm
yeah, 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 and I think I'm actually right there with you. If if it was Lamar, I'm 100%. Um, man, Watson's just not looked like he's been the guy. He's it's rough to see, and
yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna go with our guy Raymond here and make it a three-peat. I think we're all in agreement here. We're going Ravens this week.
Yeah, I can't see it shaking any other way. I mean, it's the NFL, of course it could, depending on how the writer feels in the morning. But Baltimore looks to be the ticket right now. I got the Ravens winning this, though. If Lamar play, I don't know if he's going to
Yeah,
play, Jesse. I'm
but the question, Jesse, is if Lamar doesn't play, are you still picking the
right,
Baltimore Ravens?
right.
If not, we kind of, I mean, when you talk about that quarterback matchup thing, it's pretty lopsided, even with Watson's sloppy play and being lackluster, that he's got to
And
be the
see, and
better quarterback in
that's
that
why I
situation.
almost took that thing out the equation though, because like I said, the guy ain't played in over a year, and then the last
Mhm.
few games hasn't been too awe-inspiring. So it's like, dude, I don't think he's gonna be ready to ball again till week 3 next year, but we'll see. We'll see. The last game we have on Saturday, which is really the marquee matchup, and a matchup that I'm so glad is coming up. We got the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. And ladies
Ooh,
and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is be the first, probably the last and only time you ever see me pick the Buffalo Bills to win a game. Miami is trash. I keep telling y'all they trash. Hopefully Mr. KC is starting to see it because what he's two weeks down now.
I am.
So the blessings that Mr. KC was giving Miami, it's ran out clearly. So there's no way Miami wins this game. Even though I want them to, I just don't see it happening. Mr. KC, who you got going into this one?
Ooh, this is an interesting one. Oh, and I was on such a hot streak with
You was on
Miami.
fire, dude.
It
On
was
fire.
unbelievable. I knew when they were going to
I
lose
almost hated it so much. I'm like, golly, and he's right again. Like, oh my god.
every time, and then all of a sudden, can't sniff a correct
Oh.
prediction with this team, right? And there's a chance I'm going to be in that ballpark again this week because I'm obviously picking Miami
You're
Dolphins.
right.
Like, if you folks haven't been paying attention, this was an easy pick for me. Look, the Bills didn't have nothing for them last time,
No.
and they're excited because it's going to be cold instead of hot. But they
Hmm.
never complained about it being hot until they lost. They play
Hmm.
Miami every year. This has never been a discussion
Right.
until Josh Allen loses. But a couple little comments here. Raymond's going Bills.
Yes, sir.
Jesse said, "I got the Ravens." Wrong one. Let me
Oh,
go too far. Yeah, that's
you said,
embarrassing.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell you. Oh
yeah,
man, like I said, I can't wait to see it. It's prime time, 7:15 Saturday game. What
yeah.
more
That's it.
could you ask
Best
for?
best one on Saturday for
Yeah,
sure. It's
dude,
a great
best one
game.
on the slate. Like the morning game will get me going, or the early afternoon. That Colts and like I said, the Kings of the North. But yeah, that Saturday slate. This is definitely the ticket. Jumping into Sunday, the first slate game we got here. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the New Orleans Saints. And Mr. KC, I will defer to you. Who do you got?
I think I'm gonna just go ahead and go Falcons. Pass.
Ooh.
This isn't a game I want to talk about. It's not. What are we talking about? Who wants who wants a lower draft pick? You
Yeah,
know,
oh
who's taking the bigger dive here? Is that what we're picking?
yeah. Look, there's got to be a winner of the Bum Bowl, and I guess you're right. It might as well be the Falcons. That was a team that I was high on earlier in the season. They usually are one of my top NFC picks going into almost each season, but that's when they had Matty Ice. So
Yeah.
I reluctantly will go with the Falcons in this game too.
Falcons too, huh?
Yeah, reluctantly I'm
Uh,
gonna go just because New Orleans is that trash. Ooh, Raymond's going with the
Ravens,
Saints.
Saints. Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
there's an argument for it. You know,
is
Atlanta
it?
could want better draft position or whatnot. So I don't blame the Saints here. I wouldn't want to put no money on this game. There's
Too
just
ugly.
there's nothing interesting about it to me. You know,
Right.
what is this game playing for at this point of the season? Two eliminated teams. I
Feeling the
guess they're
spot.
not. You know, in that division, they're not
Oh, well, yeah. I
eliminated.
mean,
But
technically they're alive.
right,
Or, let the main media tell you they're alive. But here, where we display and tell nothing but the truth, these teams are both dead. It's a wrap. They won't be in the offs. They're done.
mm,
The next team we got, I said next team. The next game we got on the slate here is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, you want to talk about a oh my God. Look, folks, I had so much promise for these Steelers starting the season. Even for these Panthers, I was high on
mhm.
both these teams, dude. Like, really, I was thinking both of them could have been playoff teams. But looking at this matchup, seeing how the season's been shaken, I'm definitely going to go with Pittsburgh in the matchup. I mean, better quarterback, better coach. The story's written. Mr. KC, who do you got going into that one?
The Panthers, they're winning the division,
Oh,
and I think this is going to be one of those kind of a little upsetish kind of games. Like, oh,
winning
but
the division?
yeah.
Oh, my Lanta.
So the Steelers
Ooh,
are, you know, Tomlin's not having a winning season. I think he has to win out to finish 500 this year. So I'm gonna salute the that great streak that is coming to an end this week.
ooh, we gonna see, man. Yeah, because what they're five. I think they're 5-8. So yeah, they're 3 games down. So yeah, you're right. They gotta pretty much win out and then some. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Raymond.
Mm,
That's what I'm
mm.
talking about. Riding with your boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I mean it's the smart pick. I mean, if I was going to put money on this game, I'd probably want to try to figure out how to do it with them. But I, I I would lean the other way. Bills are
Buffalo's
going to be
gonna
the
be.
number one seed.
Mm, the jury's
I'm
still
not
out on
sold on
that
that.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
because
not. I'm not sold on that one. Jury's still
let's
out on
not
that.
forget if you get this correct prediction with the Miami Dolphins winning, I believe that puts the Chiefs back in first place.
It will.
So we need remember that, folks.
Right. But like I said, the Bills got plenty more chances to lose even after this Miami game. Like it's
Hmm.
Buffalo. Trust me, they're gonna lose at least one more game.
Hmm.
um, going into the next one we got here, the Philadelphia Eagles fly, versus another team who I was oh my God. I was in love with them. The Chicago Bears, my boy Justin Fields. Um, this game is written in the sand. Philadelphia's going to tear them up. Um, it's just too much to overcome to try to win a game like this for Chicago. Hurts is probably going to be MVP. The defense is looking pretty good. I mean, I can't really argue with anything they've done. They've only made the right moves and only keep winning games. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles in this one, Mr. KC.
Yeah, folks. I'm going to need you to sit down for this one. There's going to be there's going to be a upset alert here in just a moment. Uh,
That happened right on cue, even though I didn't do
yeah,
that. Something's
I
going on with
wasn't
your
sure if you did
camera.
that on purpose or not,
Oh, they brought
but
me back.
yeah.
Okay.
So this isn't the game for the upset. I just want you to know that one of these future games coming up, there will probably be an upset alert. Obviously, this is Eagles by a country mile, but I just wanted to get you folks hyped up for one of these upsets that are coming up. Uh,
Ooh,
Raymond is also going with the Eagles, so we got another little trifecta in the group,
yes,
and
sir.
I think this is an easy win for them. But I'm
Yeah,
excited, for the Chicago team. They could be something next year, maybe.
they could be, especially once they get what's the boy named Ruggs? After all
Hmm.
that, after all the trade dust settles, and he can actually get in the man, please, finally a deep threat. Yeah, we can do that. Next game we got on the slate here, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans. And ladies and gentlemen, here, I'm gonna let Mr. KC take the floor on this one, honestly, because the Chiefs are kind of still in my doghouse. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. KC start off this one. Who you got?
Well, and they should be in your doghouse. If you look at what the Chiefs did last week, they blew out the
Embarrassing.
Broncos and then let them just right back in. They made,
Embarrassing.
yeah, it was the best game the Broncos have played all year.
And
Like,
what I tell
what
you,
kind
remember
of
what I said
defense
before
is
the game? I
this?
said the
Yeah.
Chiefs, the way they've been
Oh,
playing,
he was scared to pick the Chiefs. And
dude.
it almost like I thought I started watching after the half, and I thought I was going to watch Chad Henne football, and I watched
Right,
Pat Mahomes the whole game. It didn't make sense. So it
right,
doesn't make sense why the Chiefs shouldn't win here, but I still think they blow them out. But they need to do it early so we can just put in Chad Henne and coast. The
right.
Texans will play teams tough too. They're sneaky. They almost got the Cowboys like
Exactly.
not long ago. So that's a team you want to watch out for. Ray's also going with KC. That dude with the beard. Are you managing to maybe go with Kansas City or?
I'm gonna go with the town. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. And f- pretty much for every reason you said is why I'm almost still worried because it's like, dude, the Texans will play you close and they'll play you good. And if you come playing like how we played Denver last week, the Texans will beat us. And they got nothing to play for, so you know they're gonna play dangerous. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going with KC, and it this is bet to be a blowout. I mean, just
Yeah,
full on gas, lights, break. I mean, in all phases of the football game, special teams, defense, offense. Like, we don't want
shut
to
it
see
down.
nothing else. Like, show us why y'all are the Super Bowl favorites, the perennial favorites. You know, because they definitely my mind right now. So our defense is not, it's not. No, that's what I'm saying. Like
It's not.
I don't know what's
Well,
going on.
the defense is always it's been bad for a long time. It's not that
Right.
been good. And the thing is you can't have the same defensive coordinator for half a decade.
Forever.
It's
Right.
just well, yeah, it's like an offensive coordinator. Somebody should be snatching them up. And there's a reason no teams are interviewing Spags for a head coaching job,
Exactly.
and it's not even a conversation of why.
Dece- of course, you
The,
gonna pick the
the
Texans, December.
Texans.
Of course, she will pick the
Texans.
Texans.
Hey,
She's a Texan at heart, Sherman, Texas, her hometown. Yada yada. But I
ooh,
appreciate you tuning in.
you
Um,
know, I had a bunch of Texans jokes I was about to make, but I've learned one thing, and that's don't mess with Texas. So I'm just gonna leave them
no,
alone.
yeah, you don't want to
And
do that.
I ain't
No.
got no beef, Texas. But I just want to win a football game.
No, I'm with you on that. Like I said, this it's got to be a blowout. If it's anything less, it's embarrassing. Like I said, last week we looked terrible in most phases of the game, except for the first half, pretty much. And then anyway, we'll see though. Next game we got here, keeping it in Texas, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the prince that was promised, my boy young Trevor Lawrence, as much as I love you in this game, I don't see them beating Dallas. I think Dallas probably beats them maybe by 17, honestly. You talk about a game that they're not prepared to be in on any phase of the ball, special teams, defense, or offense. Like the Cowboys are just light years ahead of what Jacksonville's doing right now. Mr. KC, who you got going into this one?
Oh, Cowboys by country mile. Jags ain't got a chance in God's green earth. Uh, this, I mean, the Cowboys have let teams that shouldn't be there be in the game, a lot like Kansas City has a problem with. But Dallas, Dallas by a country mile. Braves going Dallas.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you there. Uh,
It's true.
he,
He,
look,
he ain't trash, but he's definitely not
he's
top
not
10
trash.
yet. No, Dak Prescott, you
Uh,
think he's trash?
if you've been in the league this long and you're not top 10, you're trash. He's Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins is his
Kirk Cousins, the
career
king of the North,
highlights.
man. He's
Yeah,
the king of the North.
King of the North with what? With what on his resume? You know
You
what I
like
mean?
that? The first guaranteed ever NFL contract?
Yeah, that's
Put
hey,
some
look,
respect on
there's a
Kirk
reason
Cousins
we
now.
respect that man.
Yeah, I was
Look,
going to say, I'll
I'm
put some
not
respect
denying
on
that.
that.
I'm not
Shoot.
denying his ability to fleece. And when I go to negotiate a contract, I want his agent and whatnot.
I'm trying
Like
to tell you.
it's solid. Um, the Jags, right? The Jags are a good team. Like we can't take that away from them. Look at the draft picks they've had the last 5 years. The
Mhm,
top five draft pick every season.
mhm,
You got to be good eventually, right?
mhm.
But the
You would think.
Cowboys, that's that team, man. That defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wish the Jags were in the playoffs too, and then the Chiefs can get another free easy bye week playing
Better
them.
than a bye.
Right, better than a
uh,
bye.
right. Next game we got on the slate here, the Detroit Lions at the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. And man, did the Lions pull out the ultimate win last week. And I want to say they've won their last 4 out of 5, haven't they? Like they've kind of been streaky. The Jets have kind of lost the last year. They're 7-6. Oh, I'm still high on New York, but dude, it's something about these Lions that's gonna make me pick them this week. Maybe it's the I got that bug infatuation that Mr. Casey had earlier in the season and
hmm
made its way to the Midwest and them bit me. But I'm gonna go with the Lions. Mr. Casey, who you got?
I really just want to pick the Jets to spite the Lions because they really waited until I broke up with them to just start absolutely destroying them.
Man,
If you folks don't know, I was in love with the Detroit Lions this year for no reason. I think she wore an outfit one day that made me be like, "Ooh, that's nice." And it's the Lions here. They're a good team. As much as I like to pick the Jets to, make my ex jealous, I'm still giving her a phone call one time.
I'm trying to tell you, dude, Lions with the upset.
I'm
I
so-
don't even think it's an upset,
yeah, I
right?
don't think I think they're favored.
I don't even
Yeah,
think it's an upset, dude.
they were favored last week too.
Dan Campbell,
And
man, he's
oh, I can't.
getting this thing together, man.
I couldn't believe I got that pick right just because they were favored. I was
Right.
like, if Vegas is pointing to them being favored in this game, it's they know something.
They know. They know what's going on. The Chargers
Uh,
gonna be a wild
we'll
card
we'll
team.
get into the
Maybe
playoff
we'll get into that
conversation.
here in a moment.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Because I don't think so still, but we'll see.
yeah,
Um,
that's a pass.
who we got next? Oh, probably. Matter of fact, let me look at the rest of the schedule. Yep. So we have to you the premier bum bowl of the week. My favorite thing to talk about. The two trashiest teams battling to see who can be worse. We got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Denver Broncos. And ladies and gentlemen, this trash fire of a dumpster fire of a trash game. I mean, the sticky black stuff at the bottom of the trash can when you put something in the trash bag and it leaked through and you forgot all about it. That's what this game is. And
Mm.
the Cardinals are going to win this trash bowl without any doubts in my mind. Denver is that trash that the Cardinals are just a little bit more better than that. And I don't think Let's Ride is playing this week because he done rode his last ticket last
I
week.
think Kyler Murray's out too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, no
He
Kyler.
might be. Okay, so
So
it's
we get
not
backup.
even so we get
Yeah,
a backup bum bowl.
backup
So
bubble. It's even worse.
just
It's
think
that
about
even worse.
so the two littlest quarterbacks ain't even showing up to their own game. Ain't even
No,
showing up to the bum bowl.
no, they're cooking.
Right, they're cook. Yeah, he
They're
at
having a
Sierra
Sunday
House
cookout.
trying to get some wings or something. I'm still going with the Cardinals though. I don't care
Ooh.
who's playing quarterback because Denver's that trash. Like I don't see it happening. Who you got going into this one?
Oh, I'm going Denver. The only thing they have a solid defense, right? They have a quality defense. I'll point to that, and that's the only side of the ball for either team that I can highlight anything for. Like I think the Arizona Cardinals offense is trash. Their defense is shown to be trash. They've actually scored a lot of points on defense. An underrated stat for them. I think they're number one actually scoring
Scoring
defense.
defense? Ooh.
Yeah, so if they get that turnover, they're scoring on it. Which is something. But I think it's a higher overall defense for Denver. And since it's the only side of the ball that I can be like, yeah, that's good-ish. We'll go Denver.
Ooh,
Ravens
Ravens
also
going
going
with you.
Denver, so I'm
I
glad I
just
got a
can't. I just
little
can't.
support.
We almost lost in the track. We almost did.
Hey,
Almost don't count. But their
yep,
defense.
that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
think
That
their defense
defense.
was that good. I just think Pat really kept them in the game, is what it is. And like
Yeah,
let's not give. I'm not going to give their defense too much credit. I mean, you get credit because you got to catch the picks.
they
But
got
hell,
skunked.
when he's throwing it right to you, that's what I'm saying. When he's throwing it right to you, you'd already lost 27-0, really. And then
Yeah.
Pat started getting y'all in the game. So if your defense is that good and give up 27 that quick, I'm inclined to say it's not that good. But
Yeah, 27 and a half. That's
in a
not a
half,
good look. That's
that
not a very good look.
hey, no, hey, I'm with you. The defense is stout. I will give them that. But I'm going with the Cardinals still. Cardinals going to win this game. It's a bum bowl. You can hardly predict these things, but it's such a dumpster fire
Yeah.
that it could go either way. Cardinals by 3.
This might be the most attention that game's gets all week too.
For
Like
sure. Next game we got here, afternoon game, the New England Patriots versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Mr. KC, I will defer to you, my man. Who you got going into this one?
what a dumb game. Oh, let's go Patriots. I don't know why.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like I should be picking the Raiders, but every time I do, I don't get Raider games right, and I picked way too many of them to be still giving them any credibility. Um, let's go with the head coaching advantage. Bill Belichick is the better option.
I'm
And
I'm to the point where either one of their quarterbacks is the better option. I'm I'm looking at
probably,
everything boiling down. And right, yes, sir. Y'all know I'm going with the Patriots. They was my original pick to win the AFC East. Um, and honestly, still got a shot. You want to talk about teams that could make the playoffs? Um, I'm going New England all day in this one. The Raiders are just trash. I don't know any other way to describe them but trash. Their car is trash. Their running game is trash. The only bright spot on the team is Devontae Adams and maybe
I,
Max Crosby. And
yeah,
maybe
both of
Max
them.
Crosby.
I
That's it.
take Crosby. He's a monster.
I'll take him
Yeah,
in a heartbeat. Trade Frank Clark. Goodbye. You want a third round pick too? Goodbye. Like, you know what I mean?
I'd give him a first with Clark too. I'd give him first, third, and Clark.
I give him Clark and a second, and then a fifth. Y'all can have that.
Oof.
Y'all can have that, dude.
Well,
I
yeah,
do not trust him.
we'll have to talk on it.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Raiders have
Raiders,
bad karma.
for
Yeah,
sure.
they're just it's such a wish-washy team. Anytime they have like one good season, they immediately revert to trash.
Oh yeah.
It's Derek Carr's MO.
Oh You took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say that's their MO. That's what they do. It's their identity.
Yeah.
Um, Next game we got on the slate, folks, the Tennessee Titans versus the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, the team that everybody one of the August champions of the season. The Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, Marcus Spears
Mm.
and everybody in America loves them. Stop playing. They're trash. Tennessee's gonna win, even though Tennessee is trash, and we call this a trash bowl too, almost.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go with the Titans in this game here. The Chargers did what I needed them to do last week. Now it's time for you to ask tradition to go ahead and lay down and get you another L. Mr. Casey, who you got going into this one?
Well, this is a tough game. I really want the Titans to win. As a Chiefs fan, it would make just me the proudest I've probably been in the Titans in a very long time if they won
Trying
this
to tell you.
game. But if I was to put money where my mouth is, I'm going Chargers. I just watched them beat, a quality team. They're trying. They're really really trying hard, and they're going to come
Quality
up
team.
short. But I think they beat the Titans. The Titans don't have a quarterback, and they have no passing threat to that team. Everybody knows what you have to do. You score some points, get ahead, so that you stop using Derrick Henry, and that's how you stop Derrick Henry. Force him to pass the ball.
I just think the Titans will play physical enough to beat these Chargers. We all know the Chargers paper mache team. It
Hmm.
don't take too much to sit them down. So I
And they're
mean, we'll
trash
see.
against the run. So,
That's what
like,
I'm saying. We're gonna see. It can be an interesting game. Raymond's going Chargers too. I can't see it this week. We'll see
I'm
though.
with
It should
Raymond.
it should be a good afternoon game. And the next one we got on the slate here, one that I've been waiting for. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to beat these Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm telling you here, and I'm telling you it now. You want to write Tom off so bad? Write him off. I ain't Skip Bayless. I ain't defending these men ultimately to the utmost like this man would. But I'm just looking at the facts here. Tom Brady and these Buccaneers are going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be viable going further down the season. And I think the win this weekend at Cincinnati, or no, against Cincinnati, that is Cincinnati because they're in Tampa Bay. I think this weekend's win will help push them right back on track. Because, I mean, they haven't been losing too many games. Not since the divorce been finalized and time to straighten things out. Gonna get that offense rolling. Tampa Bay. Who you got, Mr. KC?
Well, we see the 8-1-3. Don't pick Tampa Bay for me because there's no way I'm picking Tampa Bay in this game. Oh, they've been playing like trash, man.
I
It's
understand.
sad to see Tom Brady go down like this. He needs more support around him than what he's got, and I mean he still has a lot, so it's pretty rough to see.
That's what I'm saying. All they got to do is kick it in the gear. Cincinnati only because TB has no line.
They don't.
They don't, but they got enough to beat them. Shoot, because Cincinnati's line ain't really that good. I just don't know how we can't amass enough pressure to get Joe Burrow on the ground. That's a whole different story. Uh,
Right.
Next game we got here, and it's the night game here. And this one should be a slobber knocker. Two teams that I've fallen in love with. One at the very beginning of the season, and the other one kind of midway through. Man, like I always said, they was the best sub 500 team. Now they done turned into just one of the best teams. We got the New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. And you want to talk about a game, Mr. KC? Go ahead. Who you got, man?
Ooh, the last time these two teams played, it ended in a tie.
It ended in a tie.
Oh, and
That's what I'm
we were
saying.
hoping for it. Uh, Man, I'd like to see New York win this game. They've been kind of a little Cinderella of a team this year, but
Hmm.
I'm going to go with the Commanders. They want it more. They're trying to make these playoffs, and I think they're just a scrappy team. I'm going Commanders.
And I'm right there with you. I'm actually picking Washington in this game too, even though I am Mr. New York, the Giants and Jets and all that. New York football is back, which gratefully they have been back, and football has been a better product since they have been. But these Commanders, they're hungrier, dude. I think they're more dangerous on defense. They're more physical for sure in my mind, and I just think that this will be probably the most solid win as Washington's had since they beat the Bills.
Mm. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. That's a good saying.
Raymond's
It was
going in
going.
wide. Look, that's not a bad pick. I'm not gonna hate on your pick, Ray, but we gonna see, man. These Commanders are serious. Right? Yeah. No, I don't know
Yeah,
what happened with that dude. Yeah.
yeah, it's rough.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just. Oh man.
Uh,
Monday night game, December 19th, prime time. We have a semi garbage bowl because one of these teams are extremely bad and then the other one's just bad. So we got the LA Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. And I don't think this will be a Jordan Love game. I'm pretty sure A. Ron's probably going to play. Um, to be honest, folks, this is the first time you'll ever hear me say it. I honestly don't even care who wins this game because it's just boiling down to like, oh my god, like I thought the Rams was gonna be feasible, got me out here looking crazy. I knew the Packers was gonna be bad, but I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. I had them missing the offs, but geez Louise. So I don't care who wins this game, honestly. If I have to pick, which I do, because that's what we're here for, I'm gonna go with the Packers actually in this game. I believe the Rams are just that much more trash than the Packers are. I mean, the win loss says enough on that end. The Packers got more wins. Mr. KC, who you got, man?
oh, this is that upset alert. Baker Mayfield is back.
Ooh!
Look, this is the Baker Mayfield I wanted at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, in
He's still
Carolina.
out here headbutting. Look, look, the man's got me
Oh,
excited. Ugh, you got your helmet on. I
right.
got my head. Look, I don't need no helmet. I am crazy. He's trying to get that workman's comp or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'm impressed. I'm hoping this is that Drew Brees like comeback I was hoping for, and I'm just excited to see him.
Oh man, we definitely gonna see, but yeah, Ram, I'm with y'all. I'm going Green Bay
Green
on
Bay.
that one. I like what Baker did last week. Don't get me wrong, and I've been up on Baker too, but I see you, Jesse. That's what I'm saying. But I
Green
just
Bay.
think I don't know if he's ready for this Green Bay game, man. It's gonna be a tall task. Well, not real tall, but it's gonna be a task. Let him up
Baker's gonna
enough.
ball, man.
I hope so.
275.
I
Two
hope so.
seventy
I
five,
hope
two
I'm
TDs.
wrong. I legit hope I'm wrong. But like I said, maybe he can bring the Rams back to the promiscuity that I thought they were gonna be at earlier in the season. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe. Doubtful.
That.
But
Thank you. I mean, he took where I want. Doubt it. But yeah.
yeah, even I have my doubts. As hype as man gets me, if we're gonna be realistic, uh,
I'm
it
already
is what it
knowing.
is. Baker pulled a Brady last week. Sure did.
Right. Right.
Salute that man. Man, he
He
fired
did.
me up.
Not
Uh,
the only one in NFL history. What they say, straight up 98 to win the game.
yeah, put
Crazy.
it on me. Uh,
Right.
Baker.
Right. And that last pass, he put it right on him. Good night. Walk
Let's
off. Yeah.
let's bake. You
Either
know,
let's be
bake.
is better than let's ride. So I'll roll with that. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last game of the week so far here. Um, you see how the picks are going this week, man. It's kind of ugly in some of these matchups, but overall, I think we're going to get a good product this weekend. We'll see definitely what happens in that last game because I just I hope the Rams do it. Let's just dive right on in here to one of my favorite segments in all of sports and entertainment, sports media, the bold prediction, bold seven. And as tradition, I'm going to give the reins to Mr. KC so he can regale us with his top 7 teams in the NFL, the boldest 7 in the NFL. Mr. KC, who you got going into this week, my man?
Ooh, the bowl top 7. If you want yours featured, folks, make sure you type it in. Get it in here for us. Look, for the top 7 teams, the number 1 team is the Philadelphia Eagles. Got to keep the respect up there until they start losing some games. I've got to have them there.
Right.
Number 2, Buffalo. Another team that we still need to have lose some more games. I need to see them come back a step. Number 3, grand champions, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl bound. Going to move up this list after they beat the Texans and the Bills lose to the Dolphins this week. Moving on to number 4. Number 4, I'm going to move the Minnesota Vikings up to number 4. Look, I
Yes,
know
sir.
they've had some bad losses, but they're still a quality team. They deserve some respect. They need to be at number 4. Number 5, the Cowboys,
Mm,
right on their heels. Look, ready to go, ready to destroy. It's an amazing team.
they are.
Yeah. Number 6, ooh, getting tough. Miami Dolphins. Slide in.
Miami. Oh, he loves
Yes, I
Miami.
know they're struggling to stay on this list. And there was deep thoughts about moving them up or moving them off the list. But I'm going to celebrate and say they beat the Bills. So they're going to move up
Okay.
next week. But until then, we'll have them in number 6.
Okay.
Number 7, the 49ers. Look, if they had a better quarterback, I would easily move them ahead of the Dolphins. Slightly concerned about the little third string quarterback situation, but he's winning. So until he looks ugly, I'm gonna keep him on the list.
You know what? I can't argue with that here. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Till he looks bad, I mean, it's hard to call a man bad until he looks it. So I'm
Right.
definitely with you on that. Solid 7. I'll give you that. Solid 7. Um, Mine's, ladies and gentlemen, jumping in. Straight up off the top, of course, Philadelphia is number 1. No way around it. Clear cut. They're number 1. Number 2, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, they're on a streak. They seem to do everything right. The referees love them enough to keep making sure that they stay in any game they play. I gotta go with them in number 2. Number 3, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I hate to say it, especially them last 2. It ruins the taste buds in my mouth, but it is what it is. The underwhelming performance that my team put on lands them at number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. You have to play better in order to be ranked better,
It's true.
and that's just what it is. I'm just showing you folks I'm not biased. Y'all know I'm a homer, but I can see. I can see.
They've been number 1 before. It's
Yes.
happened.
Yeah, and that was short lived.
It
So like I
was
said,
for the both of us.
exactly. Number 5, I actually have the San Francisco 49ers at number 5, regardless of quarterback position, because the team as a whole is like I said, they're the Chiefs of the NFC, dude. They're legit. They're almost unstoppable. Number 6, I have the Dallas Cowboys. They'll forever be in my top 7 because that defense is just what it is. I can't do anything about that. And my number 17, which is another team, like I said, that will never leave the list, are the Kings of the North, the Minnesota Vikings. They have to be there. You got to put respect on them. I got all the respect for Kirk Cousins and Dalvin and JJ, probably the offensive player of the year. Like, dude, the
Could be.
Vikings.
Could be
It could
Hill.
be. Could be. But it might be Justin. We're
And
gonna see.
yeah, very well.
We're
Justin's
gonna
definitely in
see.
the argument for me.
Dude.
Like I've had to eat crow on Justin Jefferson because I said he was in the top 3, and he
He's like,
is.
oh, he must have heard. He said, oh, he said I wasn't what? Okay.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Raymond. 1
1
Eagles.
Eagles,
2
2
KC.
KC.
All right.
A little
3.
high, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. 3 Buffalo. 4 Niners, 5 Cincy. We almost got the same list. Raymond Stafford, we just kind of flopped some spots, but we're
little
pretty
switched
much
up.
on the same. Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
have Cincinnati at? Was that
I
number?
had
Was that?
Cincinnati at 2 right now,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and
That's
then
what I thought.
Buffalo at 3. Yeah, but no, he still got Buffalo at 3 though. But yeah, Minnesota was 7, Dallas was
Yeah,
6 for me, and then 5 was the Niners. But yeah, like we're
yeah,
almost spot on. We're seeing it kind of the same way here. Like I said, if the Chiefs play better, they'll move up, man. But like I said, it's embarrassing to even have considered the Broncos being in that last game and having kept them in the game just makes it that much worse in my mind. Because I'm just like, y'all can't win a Super Bowl playing that way. You just can't.
right.
You won't.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
so
I'm right there with you. It was like they probably might have moved up the list if it was just like a 42-0 game. I'd be like,
man,
look what they did to this elite defense. It's easy to talk about. And then we've seen what happened. It was ugly. Like that was not right. It just wasn't right to see. I was
no.
disappointed in Spags.
Dude, that's what I was saying, bro. It was almost it was embarrassing. It wasn't almost embarrassing. It was embarrassing, dude. The worst
Look at
offense
this.
in the NFL.
Look, it's gonna mess up my stat. Like if they averaged 18 points a game,
Right.
because
They
all
would
of a
have
sudden their average is going up.
right.
You know, they
Right.
get this one game where they score 30 points or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Golly, dude. I just can't believe it. But I knew it was gonna come against us. Dude. I was just something about Kansas City. They like leaving people. It's Andy Reid, dude. He likes leaving people in the game. And I was telling
Yeah.
folk, I'm like, trust me, once we get one of these young head coaches, one of these
Mhm.
younger guys who's like, okay, we about to open this thing up, it'll be a whole different. I think we're only gonna get better going forward, obviously, but right
Right.
now we're seeing the limits of what our certain coaches are doing right now. That's what makes us start with our team. We kind of want to exactly, exactly. He can't do it because if he do that in the off, he throw
Right.
3 interceptions in the off, it's over.
But Patrick Mahomes turns a switch in the playoffs.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, let's
Project
not
Pat.
forget that.
Yeah,
He's not a running quarterback
but he'll
during the
get
regular
there.
season, but during the playoffs, he's going to put up 60 yards every game. It's just what he does. You
Right.
know, he plays slightly different. I don't think he was. I think he was just throwing the ball. I mean, look at that one toss that he made. That
Yeah.
was like that. No look, half throw. Like he's gonna throw it between his legs one of these days.
Oh my God,
Um,
dude.
I'm
I'm still
waiting
waiting
for
on the
the
behind. You
I'm
about to
waiting,
take the words of my mouth.
waiting for the backflip throw. Like what's this man gonna do next? Like,
And you
wow.
see, he always does it on Denver, though. I will give him that. Maybe that's why he plays so sloppy because he's like, "I- if I beat this team 9 times in a row, I would probably go into a semi sloppy too. It reminds me of I know I'm getting off subject. It kind of reminds me of basketball when Shaq and Kobe used to play, and Shaq would tell me he would see like the Kings coming up on the schedule. He said, "Oh, I know I can take this night off because Kobe will drop at least 40. We'll win either way." Like that's how I feel like
Right.
when Pat sees the Broncos. He's like, well. I mean, I could throw for 120 and still beat them. What? Rush for one touchdown, throw for one, maybe special team touchdown, whatever. We'll win. You like that's what I'm saying. Like if they're walking into these games like that, we're not gonna keep winning. But I mean, it can work against Denver, but you can't
I
do that
think
to everybody
I
else.
actually think he hits 20 in a row. He's gonna hit 20. He's at 10.
Probably.
He's
I
at
wouldn't
10.
doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
I think 20 takes him to the end of Russell's contract too. So like that's why it's
Oh,
like I could
right.
I could boldly predict 20 straight wins for Patrick Mahomes just based on knowing who the quarterback for Denver will be.
And he's what 15-0 on the road. Dude, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable. Like
yeah,
it's
it's
unheard of.
disgusting.
It's never been done. So I'm with him. Like I say, he's my guy, but he's got to definitely make better choices if they're going to be feasible going forward, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So let's talk about the rest of these little playoff teams. You know, we got a couple of them looking to try to make it
These
in.
playoff hopefuls.
The
Uh,
playoff hopefuls.
Jesse's been mentioning here during the show that he thinks the Chargers are playoff hopeful. He's got the Chargers
Mm,
on his
that's
list,
right. We should bring that back up.
and
That is
I
a good.
just I just don't. But we'll see. I mean,
They
this
could.
playoff picture. I mean, yeah, he could, but dude, which team in the AFC East ain't gonna make it if the Chargers are gonna make it? Is what I'm thinking.
Oh,
So will it be Buffalo?
yeah.
Is Buffalo gonna be the one to slide out, or is it gonna be
No,
Miami,
Buffalo's making it. Miami's making it. Like both of those teams
New England, the Jets?
yeah, it's definitely New England or the Jets. Like it's got to be right.
I mean, we
Like
would
yeah,
think so, but looking at it, bro, all three of these teams, all four of them, honestly, could get into the offs.
true.
They're on
I
the quote unquote bubble.
I think you got to lean. To me, for the AFC, I think it's got to be. Ah, it is tough because it's the Chargers are not just that guaranteed. But I
No.
think what it probably ends up being is something like Miami is the or Buffalo is the wild card team, and
Mhm.
then you're gonna probably pick up the Patriots because they have a cake schedule, and
Exactly.
then I think the other one might come out of the North. You might see Baltimore or Cincinnati. You just grab
You
another.
see what I'm saying?
I like
There's
them kind of more than the Chargers.
Yeah.
Even
I don't think we get two AFC West playoff teams. I just don't see it, especially like you just said, dude. We still got Baltimore waiting in the win. Matter of fact, they're still leading their division, aren't they?
yeah, they're still
Yeah.
got the
So
division.
so that's what I'm saying. So the Bengals, you might as well already give them a playoff spot now.
I would
Like,
think so. Like
because as I
they've
mean,
done it.
because as it sits right now, the Bengals would be the fifth seed, and then the Dolphins, then Patriots. I said, there's no room for the Chargers. Like I'm just like, who's gonna drop out for them to jump in?
Yeah, and the Chargers don't. I, the schedule doesn't even say they're going to win it. Like it's just not guaranteed games for
And
them.
and I'm just gonna go with tradition, and they haven't made the offs in years. Not even last year, and they were so highly touted.
Start playing the Patriots. Hey, that's a great team.
And that
That's
better than a
that's a,
buy. You see what
better
I'm
than a
saying?
buy.
That would be
It's
the
that
game
better.
I would want. Yes, sir.
Right.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
we'll
play them
definitely.
than play the Chargers for a third time and have to beat them again by a field goal. Like this
Right.
ridiculous. Like no,
Yeah.
get them dudes out of here. They don't deserve to be there. I won't hear no mention of them. Like I said, 'cause looking at that, they're
But
7-6. The
the
Jets are seven
Patriots,
and six. You see
does
what I'm
Bill
saying?
Belichick really make the playoffs?
I
Does
keep
that
telling
happen?
you, try to write him. I keep telling you, man, you can't write off Bill Belichick.
Oh,
It's the bell, boy. It's the bell.
I think I picked him to win this week too, if I'm not
You
mistaken.
did. You did.
Yeah.
You was a part of the trifecta.
I guess
Yes,
if I
sir.
start
So
thinking about it.
yeah, so they moving to 8-6. They
Hmm.
about to, you know what I'm saying?
Running out of
Oh
time,
man,
Chargers.
they are. And on the NFC side of things, I mean, like I said, that thing is pretty much wrapped as far as I'm concerned. The division winners, like I said, the Buccaneers are going to the playoffs. I don't care if y'all saying they're trash or
What's the
not.
record down there in the South again?
6-7. They're six and
Six
seven,
and 7.
winning the division though. Number one in the division.
Oh,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
4 teams in a row, man.
You see what I'm saying? And then you got the fifth seed as of now would be the Cowboys, and then the Commanders at 6, and then the Giants at 7. That's what I'm saying. And that's pretty much locked up. Somehow the only way I could see something changing is if Geno and the Seahawks went out, they could possibly make it into one of those wild card spots.
Yeah,
But
who has the
if
wild card spots right now?
the Commanders, Giants, and Cowboys,
I think the Giants might fall out, man.
I don't know if
That's
they
that
end up
one,
tying again with the Commanders. I
right?
don't know, but that's what I think. That I don't know. Like I said, because them and the Commanders literally have the same exact record. They're both 7-5-1.
Yeah, they've just been playing rough lately, so it's kind of hard to tell.
It is, but I'm more confident in their running game and their ability, especially with Vanilla Vic, to get dubs more so than I am seeing them falling out on just a complete losing streak. I mean, Seattle still got to play. Matter of fact, don't they play the Chiefs too? We got to play Seattle soon, don't we?
I'm not positive. I'm not.
I'm not sure. Thought they were on our schedule. Maybe I'm hallucinating here. But there's another game that Gino got coming up that I saw earlier. I was like, oh, that's gonna be a tough one for him. I'm gonna have to look at their schedule real quick. Do-do-do-do-do.
Let's see. We've got a comment here. Jesse saying, yeah, they're going to the playoff, but right now, I'm just telling you, the 49ers got a good defense, and I don't care what nobody says.
Oh yeah,
They
no, ain't
do.
nobody doubting that.
Yeah, until they play the Chiefs.
Right
And
right
then,
until they play Kansas City
but
and then
that's
they fall
every
apart.
top, yeah, that's every top defense's problem.
Right,
So it's not
exactly.
unique to the 49ers.
Right, because number one defenses just don't go good against the Chiefs apparently.
Yeah, that's not a. You, you tell Pat Mahomes, you got a top five
Yeah,
defense, and
Seahawks.
I'm
Yeah,
ready to
we
play.
play the Seahawks. That's what I say. It's the Christmas Eve game.
Mm. See,
Yeah, it's
that's
the
not a good
December
look for him.
24th. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. The Seahawks still, like I said, they got another game that I was like,
and
ooh,
I think
yeah.
I picked him to lose this week too. So like,
So that'll move them to 7-9 if that's the case. If we count them
yeah,
both those L's already,
started losing.
you see what I'm saying? These last few matter for these kind of teams. These last few really do matter.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty secure in that pick that the Giants are gonna make it.
Well, it could be the Lions. The Lions could take the Giants spot. But you better watch out.
There would have to be so much stuff to happen for that to happen.
I think they just gotta win. The Lions
I
just
mean,
keep it
that's
up, man.
always the easy answer. You just
Right.
gotta win,
You
but
just gotta you just gotta
you just gotta win.
when we get a time, we've only got a
Yeah.
couple weeks left, but you know, yeah, oh yeah. Look, this is probably the truest
Right,
phrase of the
exactly.
playoff talk right now. All
Exactly.
games matter. Look, all games matter all season long, but right now
They're
it's
just now understanding that they
look,
matter. So they're in crisis mode,
yeah,
trying to
right
get
now
them
you're
in.
checking your pocket to make sure you got rent money. Like that's
Mhm.
what you're doing. Like, hold on, I know I need to go buy some groceries and some tires for the car, but let me make sure I got that 1,500 that the landlord needs.
I'm trying to
Right,
tell
right. Keep it separate. This money's over here.
you. Right.
Yeah, all games matter on this, especially this time of the year, man, because you can't go back and fix those old mistakes.
Exactly.
Those are gone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, we didn't talk.
Cincinnati.
Justin Reed talked all that stuff and got embarrassed. I don't know why they would have said anything to a team you ain't even beat once. My thing is, yeah, y'all can consider yourselves the best, but be humble, dude. Because yeah. So we'll see.
I'd feel so much better if we just had them one. Like even if we just shown proof of concept, like hey, 2 years ago, no problem, kick their butt.
Right.
That was nothing.
But to
In
lose to them
three
three times in 1 year,
in his 1 year, just,
that's
we
what
got
I'm
other
saying.
fingers to show for that.
That's why they number two
Uh,
right now. I'm like, dude, like I
uh,
said, look, I had to put some respect on the Bengals. Like y'all know what I always say, the Bengals is gonna bangle, but right now they bangling.
they could win the division too. With Lamar Jackson getting hurt.
The door is open, and that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. And then that's what still makes that AFC that wild card spot so tough. Because even if that did happen, you think Lamar is just gonna sit back like, "Hey, boy, we about to miss these offs? Hell no."
Right.
Mm,
Nope. I need to get paid.
exactly. Like I said, this is payday, and this is pay season. I'm trying to get my 300 guaranteed.
Right. Right.
Shoot.
Man.
Oh my God.
Uh,
No, but this we gonna see, man. I'm excited because this playoff picture it's shaping up to be a doozy. Like I said, it's gonna be intense,
that's
and
for
there's gonna
sure.
be some quality matchups. But like I said, boy, just looking at it how it is now, I'm just almost sure that these Chargers ain't making it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'm right
100%.
there with you. It's a journey to get there. They got
Yeah,
to do a lot of winning.
a lot of winning and hope teams do a lot of losing.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah.
there's too many variables on there. They can't control it. If this was a destiny control situation like it is for some of those other teams, I'd be different. My opinion would be different. But they need too many factors to get into the playoffs now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Yes, sir.
Good conversation though. And
Oh
they're
yeah.
worth but they're good enough to at least have the talk. So that's something you can take your hat off to them.
Right. Yeah. You're at least in a conversation. We'll get our
The
revenge on
Revenge on
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati
Of course. One day.
one day,
Of course. We
and
got to.
hopefully we can just avoid them altogether in the playoffs and
Exactly. That's what
avoid
I'm saying.
like.
Hopefully we can just avoid these dudes all the way together.
Like, I
And
don't
then
want to sound like I'm crossing the street, because I see you walking down the sidewalk or
yeah.
nothing. But
But I'm gonna give you your space because
mm,
you done showed
right,
me that you'll take it if I don't. So
right. Whew.
ooh,
Yeah, but I'd like to get that bully off my chest. Like
yeah.
it's and I just Joe Burrows is not the quarterback that I would say is the guy that should be
He's
picking
not.
on him or nothing.
He's not. He's blessed to have tremendous amount of weapons around him. And I
Yeah,
mean a tremendous amount of weapons around him. And I won't hate on him. He know how to use them.
but I'm
So
scared for him.
I am
Like,
too, because once that starts trickling off, you might be looking like Trent Dilfer. We'll see.
well, I see what happened to Andrew Luck. He was a
Oh
baller, loved
yes.
playing
Oh
hard,
God,
and the
yeah.
Colts refused to put his offensive line in front of him. And what happened? He said, "I quit. I'm
I
done with
quit.
this."
And you know what's crazy? I read an article the other day about that. He was talking about how he regressed the timing of retiring and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, I'm right there with you. It reminds me of Barry Sanders or even Ricky Williams. He's like, when I'm supposed to be done, when my legs give out, when my hips give out, like I'm taking a beating every day playing for this scrub team because they don't want to put no help around me.
Right.
No, I would have
Yeah.
walked off too, please. My health and
Yeah.
my sanity.
And I'd probably be just like Antonio Brown.
Peace out, Ray. We appreciate you stopping through, my man.
Yeah, most definitely, Ray. It was great having you putting in your top seven there. It was a pretty strong list.
Yeah,
Not
pretty
too
strong
bad.
list. Pretty good, strong list. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that's pretty much it for this Wednesday's edition of Bold Prediction Sports Media. We've covered a lot here. We got some good comments in, some good conversations going, and we'll see how things shake out here. We'll be live with you here on Saturday, before the prime time Saturday night game. So we'll catch you then. We'll wrap some basketball, some wrestling, the usual stuff. We'll cover everything because I can't wait to get to my pillow talk this week because I couldn't get to it last week because I was just too sick. Because there's definitely a man that's being slept on, and I will talk about it. I have to talk about it. Um, other than that, Mr. KC, you got anything else for the folks, my man?
No, I think I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, dude.
Yes, sir.
I think thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. And as always, we humble, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all because if y'all wasn't tuning in, we wouldn't be doing it. If y'all didn't care, we wouldn't care. So we glad that you're here because we'll always be here as long as y'all coming. And that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, y'all. I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC from the A13. As usual, go Chiefs. Go, I said Chiefs. Go Chiefs and F the Broncos.
Absolutely, folks.